What up? This is Ramashkin covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of sci-fi new series, The Ark. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell, so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Let's rock this! First up, I would like to say thank you to Syfy for granting me the screeners to the first 4 episodes of this new show. They've asked me to not spill spoilers, therefore this review is spoiler free. I repeat, there are no spoilers in this video review. Okay, when I heard that the Ark was created by Dean Devlin, I knew I just had to check it out. Dean, as you know, is the writer-producer who had given us some of fan-favorite movies and shows over the years, including Stargate, Independence Day, Leverage, The Librarians, and now with the Ark, I'm happy to inform you that this new show is spectacular. Think of it as Lord of the Flies meets Netflix's Lost in Space. The Ark is basically a string of intense problem-solving dramas that keep you on the edge of your seat. There's power struggle, there's collisions of conflicting ideas, not to mention pulse-pounding race against the clock, on top of emotional psychological battles. And every episode provides sophisticated challenges that make you wonder how on earth are they gonna get themselves out of this situation. This is a top-notch writing quality that emphasizes the messiness, the complexity of trying to organize a disorganized, dysfunctional team. Created by Dean Devlin, showrun by Dean Devlin and Jonathan Glassner, The Ark takes place 100 years in the future when planetary colonization missions have begun as a necessity to help secure the survival of the human race. The first of these missions on a spacecraft known as Ark One encounters a catastrophic event causing massive destruction and loss of life. With more than a year left to go before reaching their target planet, a lack of life-sustaining supplies, and loss of leadership, the remaining crew must become the best versions of themselves to stay on course and survive. Starring Christy Burke, Richard Fleeshman, Reese Ritchie, Stacey Reed, and Ryan Adams. By the way, I previously interviewed Dean Devlin for the promotion of his previous movie, Bad Samaritan, so come watch my entire video interview with Dean Devlin right here only on Rama Screen YouTube channel. Okay, back to the Ark. Each episode runs about an hour or so, and I would like to comment on some of the pushback against this show ever since the trailer came out. People have been mocking it, calling it unoriginal. Oh, here we go again with the tired formula of strangers stranded and forced to work together. And to be fair to their complaint, yes, we have seen this plot 1,000 times before. The show The 100 on CW comes to mind, and you can even put Lost in that same category as well. But as I've said to you countless times, there really is nothing original under the sun anymore these days. Everything today is just a variation or a spin or a tweak on concepts that already existed. And I get it, you can make that argument if the show is unoriginal and really bad. But in this case, the Ark is pretty damn good. And guess what? The formula still works. And the way that Dean Devlin navigates the story's many moving components, its ever-shifting components, is part of what makes the Ark so appealing and gripping. Look, this is not set on some island. Hell, they haven't even landed on a planet yet. They're basically stuck in a giant twirling metal bucket. And the confrontations stem from having to decide which little resources to pull from in order to give to another. And so these reallocation scenarios can get so complicated and so significant that when the solutions finally arrive, you feel so alleviated, like you've just finished running a sprint. Now, the screeners that Syfy gave me, the visual effects quality were still temp, meaning not yet refined. But that didn't bother me because I totally got what they were going for, and hopefully by the time these episodes air, they will look as fantastic as they promised them out to be. That said, the interior set designs inside the ship are quite elaborate. And kudos to director Dean Devlin on captaining a big cast ensemble. And that's what's cool about shows like this, in that at any time or at any point, Dean could bring in another or an additional supporting character just as easily as he could eliminate any one of them, which lends itself to some unexpected twists and turns. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not familiar with most of the actors featured on the Ark. They are all fresh faces to me. Performance wise, I think Christy Burke and her co stars did a terrific job of handling the pins and needles moments as their characters butt heads against one another. Now, because the Ark is supposedly a global planetary effort, Dean Devlin rounded up a group of international actors, many of whom have thick accent and require subtitles, but they are all committed to performing these intriguing character dynamics, all of whom are compelled to assume new responsibilities aboard Ark One. So I'll end on this. Look, if you don't want to watch the Ark because you're tired of the old Lord of the Flies in space formula, then don't watch it, dude. I mean, nobody is putting a gun to your head and forcing you to watch the Ark. But fact of the matter is, there is still a market, there is still an audience for shows like this. And so those of you who are fans of such subgenre, trust me, you are in for a hell of an adventure. So buckle up and enjoy the ride.